Hi, this is Diana Accenta, and I'm going to talk to you today about the fear. So, fear, it's not a fact. Fear, it's a feeling. And as any other feeling, fears are coming from nothing else but our thoughts. So, we have a thought that's creating a feeling, and later on, that feeling is transforming into behavior. It's as easy as that. There is no secret to that. And the sooner you realize that, the better it is for you to, one, know and appreciate when you have that kind of a feeling, and to see where it's coming from, what's the source, what is that thought that it made you feel the same. Now, the fear, it's so close to death. Actually, it's anger. It's better than being in a fear. But fear, it's makes your brain in such a way that if you think about dries out, if you think about a fruit that's going to dry out, that's kind of a symptom, if you like, that we get from living in a fear. Now, there are two kinds of fears. There are fears that we have in other people, the different person that's in front of us. And there is a fear that is inside, and it's for us. We're afraid of what we can do. We're afraid of what we will be able to do, or we're afraid of what we may not be able to do. But let's look a little bit at fears that reside in others. We all have experienced at times moments when we were disappointed, or I don't know, even when we made a clear request and we see that that's not possible, we kind of fear that the fact that the person in front of us is not going to deliver what we're looking for. It's not going to give us that exactly the same treatment that we will give them. And in a relationship, if you think about it, that if you think that you are transforming your thoughts in feelings, and then those feelings become behavior, think about how many times you saw somebody behaving really strange, and you're wondering, why is that? Did that have anything to do with you? No, it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it's because that thing that exists inside, it's producing exactly the behavior that this person has. Now, what is that you could do to eliminate fears from your head, from your brain, from your mind? You have to play a little game. And the game that I would like to play, it's just catching another thought. Trying to switch from one thought to another. And do this as often as you can during your day. And train your brain in such a way that you realize that you don't have to hold on the thoughts that you have. You don't have to hold on them. You can just let them loose. Just imagine that they are a bird that you got, and you want to keep it in your cage for a little while because it's beautiful, because you like it. But whenever it starts acting weird, then you don't feel like it's what exactly the pet you like to have, you could release that. You can leave it out, and she'll fly away. Birds fly away. Thoughts fly away as well. They're nothing else but the same kind of energy that's coming and going. And it comes and passes through you. It's true. It's passing through you. There's nothing you can do. You have anything wrong. But that's what happens in people's mind, and the fear creates a lot of anxiety, and it can create a lot of discomfort, and it can actually get us extremely sick. So what exactly is that we fear? I think we fear things that we don't know, things that we don't know how they're going to be. It's the unknown that we fear. And if we can create that experience of what is going to happen in a certain situation, if we actually go and just try that, see what happens, we will soon realize that what we fear was just the thought that we had in our head and nothing else. The courage is, as Emerson said, right? It's just to having something done before. It's the courage of having done the same thing, whatever that thing is, before. So when you say I have to be very courageous, I have to actually jump in this water, not knowing if I can come out of it. But I like to test that. I like to see how that feels. You may have a courage to do it, but you're also going to have fear. If you can work with your brain, put your head in a conversation with yourself, and just remember that the brain, it supports you. It wants to make sure you are safe. It keeps you alive. That's its main function. Then you'll see why sometimes reducing the feeling of fear, it's very normal. It's not unusual. It's protecting. It's giving you comfort not to get out of what you're doing right now. So the sooner you realize that your mind does, in fact, exactly what your mind thinks that you want it to do, the sooner you realize that, the better it's going for you to be to fix any aspect actually in your life. Why do I say that? Well, let's say that you are like to be able in a conversation, to have a conversation with a pure stranger. And one thing that you could think of is that I'm very afraid, who knows who that person may be, maybe or not, maybe, I don't know. You could get an idea of what can happen in your head, right? Or you could say, this is my best opportunity to talk to somebody and tell them exactly how I feel, exactly what's in my mind, because it's a stranger. He may not look at me with any kind of a judgmental feeling. He just looks at me. And he may think I'm not, because I share who knows what, but you know what? It makes me feel good if I can share what I have in my head. So when you're getting out and you share with a stranger, you could think that I will never see that person before, and I will never probably see it after that. But that moment in your life could be something that would be very special. It could be very useful to you. You could get someone's opinion about something that, you know, it may matter because you're too close to a situation and you cannot see a way out. But when you get to talk to somebody and you realize that they're extremely neutral, something good may come out of it. So any kind of fear that you can think of, it could be worked out by going back to the source of creation. And the source of creation are the thoughts that you have in your mind. Put them down on the paper and then smile. Realize, challenge each idea, each thought, challenge it and really think, is that really true? Is that really true? Can I really know for sure whatever blank, blank, blank is? That's what I like to share with you today. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope I'll see you next time with a new topic. Thank you. This is Diana Accente, Entrepreneur Shift.